If your infrastructure lives on a whiteboard right now, this is how you turn it into a clean, professional Visio diagram in minutes without starting from scratch. This is a great process that IT teams can use in the real world to turn brainstorming diagrams into real documentation. And once you know it, you'll never have to redraw diagrams from scratch ever again. So let's jump in. All right, guys, so we're taking another look at the whiteboard drawing here. I made this just as an example of what a network diagram might look like. We can see that this diagram and its various sections are related to each other. We've got a cloud environment that includes a router, a switch, data center, office network, etc. So I'm going to be using this as reference inside of Visio. And without further ado, let's jump into Visio. Okay, so when we open Visio, we can create a blank drawing, or we can actually start from a preset. And this is where we can save a lot of time. Our recommendation is to start from a preset, and ideally one that closely matches the context of your project. If you're doing a network diagram like I am, the best template would be to use a detailed network diagram. Now, if we click more templates right here, we can view our other templates. For example, we have a basic flowchart, organizational, we've got Azure diagrams. This is going to help save you time because it's going to automatically give you the categories that will contain the shapes you're most likely going to use. We can also search for terms in here. For example, I can search for Azure. I could search for SQL. We've got a SQL diagram. So anything that you might need, Visio may already have a template for it, which can help to save you time. We're going to be using detailed network diagram. So let me go ahead and click that and I'll press create. All right, so the very first thing that I want to do is I'm actually going to load my image in here that I can use for reference. So I'm going to click insert and I'm going to go to pictures. I'll click pictures again, and this will prompt me to select one. Next, I'm going to navigate to where I have my picture stored, and I'll simply just select it, which is this one here. All right, and then at any time, I can use this little slider in the bottom right to zoom in or zoom out. Now, there's a few options here. I could create a direct tracing. I could use this to trace directly on it. I'm actually going to opt to do more of a side-by-side. Let me show you guys how you might go about tracing it if you want to do that. When we select a picture, it brings us to a new tab called Picture Format. Now, if I go and click this little arrow next to adjust, we have additional formatting options, and the one that we would probably want to use is transparency. So if I drag this slider up, we can see in the preview window that, here, I'll go ahead and apply it. Now my document has 55% transparency. This would be helpful for tracing if you want to go ahead and do that. The reason I'm doing side by side is because I'm actually going to space my icons out slightly differently to give myself a little bit more room. So I could either keep this in Visio, or it may be easier to just use Windows 11's snap layouts. So I have my image here. I'll make both of these small. And then if I just drag this up to the top of the screen, I'll place this one on the left and Visio on the right. Now I can just look at this as I create my diagram. I'll zoom in a little bit here, and let's go ahead and get started. So as we can see, my detailed network diagram gave me some categories that are most likely to contain the icons that I want. Network locations has an icon for cloud, and I'll go ahead and start with that. Now, one of the great features of Visio is the snap feature. So if I drag my icons around, we can see it'll snap into place. Go ahead and zoom in a little bit more here. And okay, so I'll start with the cloud, and I'm going to actually enter the text as I put these documents in here. So if I double click it, I'll be able to add the text. And then notice that the text is below it. I actually want the text to be inside of my icons like they are here. Now, the easiest way to do that is to click on this little tool right here. This is called the text block tool. And I can simply just drag the text to where I want it. Next up, I'm going to go to the design tab, and I want to choose a theme that will look good and give me a little bit of contrast with my shapes. And maybe I want to go with this sequence theme here. All right, so we've got our cloud. I'm going to go straight down to router, and then to switch, and then to my data center. So one way that we can do this is I can go to my home tab. I can select my connector tool. I can select the cloud shape, and then I'm going to go find my next shape, which would be a router. I think that would be in, network and peripherals. And with this selected with the connector tool, if I drag the router below it, it's going to automatically establish that relationship. So now we can see that the cloud goes directly into my router, which is exactly what I want. At any time, I can go to the pointer tool, which I can also access via the keybind control 1. And then I can just move this up a little maybe. And I can move it around if I'd like to. If I go too high, it will rearrange that arrow in a way that's not as neat. So I'd prefer not to do that. I'm just going to keep it right here. Below the router, we have a switch. I'll go back to the connector tool and I'll select my router, and then I'll drag the switch like so. All right, so now these two are connected. And for my data center, I can either use a rectangle shape and then manually add the various servers in there. There's a couple ways to do it. Let me see what happens if I search for data. So I'll search that. We'll see what comes up. So there actually is an icon for data center. Let's see what this looks like. Now I could do this if I want. Another option is if I want this to look exactly like my drawing here, which has a little bit more detail, I'm going to delete that data center and I'm just going to go into a basic shape and drag in a rectangle. Okay, so if I go to quick shapes, or let's see, where is it? Should be in general, I believe. Yeah, so I'll click more shapes in general, and here we have basic shapes. All right, and then I'll click and drag again with my connector tool and my switch now selected. I'm going to drag the rectangle down. And so now these will be connected. I'm going to go back to my pointer tool here and I'm going to add the text that I want. So this is switch, and then this one is router. Again, notice how the text is not really where I want it to be. I'm going to click it and move it. So I want this, maybe I'll place these just off to the right so they're easily legible. All right, so we have our switch, our router. Now we have our data center. And again, I just used a basic rectangle for this. And I'll move this up into the middle. Okay, going back to the pointer tool, I'm going to select this shape and I'm going to make this quite a bit bigger so I can add more information to this. You can see it snaps into place there. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I think that was maybe a little too big. Okay, that looks good. All right, now I'm going to go into servers or rack mounted servers, and I'm going to do an application server. I'm going to start with my database server. So I'll add this here and I'll snap it into the middle. We also have an application server, which I've got right here. Again, I'll snap that into the middle. And then I may want to adjust the size of this a little bit more, and maybe I'll bring the sides in some. And then the last one is storage. So we have a storage server. I'll just use the file server here and I'll resize that a little bit. They're all snapped into the middle, and I'll just make sure the spacing looks good. I'm gonna move that text a little bit further up, and there we go. So that looks pretty good to me. I'll double click into each one of these. Here we have the database SQL. Maybe I'll put the text just off to the right so you can see it well. Do the same thing for the app server. Okay, and then the storage as well. Okay, we'll use the text block again, and I'll just place the text similar to above where it's off to the right. Same thing with this one. And okay, so we've got our data center, and we basically got the middle of this built out. Let's go ahead and work on the left side. So the next thing I want is a firewall. Let's see network and peripherals again. And here we can see the firewall, the little brick icon. Let's select our cloud, and I'll select my connector tool once again. And then I'll simply just drag the firewall so that it's somewhere off to the left. And there we can see that that is now connected to the cloud. And then we also want the firewall to be connected to the router. So let me reposition this a little bit so it's more adjacent to this. There we go. That's a bit cleaner, I would say. And going back to the connector tool, if I hover over this shape, click and drag, we'll be able to draw that line into the router. So the cloud is going into our firewall, forwarded into our router. I'll double click here and type firewall, just so we know what that is. The next thing we have is the DMZ. I'm going to use another rectangle, and I can actually just copy this and paste it if I'd like to. So I'll select it once, like it is now. Control C or Command C if you're on Mac. And if I click and drag the mouse wheel, I can actually just maneuver my way around the document. Go ahead and paste, and I'll drag this one over here. And we don't need this one to be quite as tall. On our document, it looks something like this. All right, and then I'll rename the text from data center to DMZ. And then I'll go to my connector tool, and I'll drag this one into the switch, like so. Perfect. Inside the DMZ, we have a web server and an FTP server. So we'll go back to servers here. We have one for FTP. So I'll drag that over. These two are adjacent on my whiteboard diagram, so I'll make that about the same. Here we have the web server. Using the snap layouts to match the size. So now these are the same size. And I'll double click into here. We'll type web server. And I'll double click into here. And I'll type FTP. All right, so we've got that in place. Let's go off to our right and do our office network. I'll copy and paste this one, so this one will be the same size. And again, if I want to more or less match it to my whiteboard diagram, I'll just place it about there. I'll make it at the same height. Let's use our connector tool again. This one, the switch is going to go into this. So I'll click and drag over the switch, and I'll hold it into this. Perfect. We'll rename this one Office Network. And then based on my diagram here, I'll do 2 PCs and a printer. So let's see where I can find this. Computers and monitors. Here we have the PC. I'll make this quite a bit smaller, and then I'll type PC. Now, after I've done that, I can copy and paste it. It will be the same size and have the text. And let's see where the printer is. The printer would be in the peripherals, I believe. Yep, here we have it there. And I'll match the size again to these guys like that. And I'll type printer. Okay, so we also have the internet on my diagram over here. Scrolling down, I have one actually called internet in the web and media icons. I'll go ahead and use that because it's pretty similar to what I had already. I'll draw the quick connector from the cloud now to the internet. And then notice on my little whiteboard drawing, we've got text that goes over the arrows. Now to do that, we can just double click into our connector and we can actually write text right in there. So I'll do VPN. And actually I made a mistake here. I accidentally had this going from the middle of that, which we don't necessarily want that. So just a quick little undo. All right, so I'll type internet on this and I'll type VPN on this. Again, I'm just double clicking, and then that lets you add text directly to your connectors. Now, the last thing we need to add is an offsite backup. So let me just search for website map shapes. Let's search for backup maybe, see what we can find. We could also just use like a hard drive or something like that. Enterprise applications spare. That will work. I think that's fine. Like an offsite backup server. All right, so I'll double click here. We'll type offsite backup. And then one more time, going back to my connectors, I'll drag this time from the data center into my backup, like so. All right, so at this point, I no longer need my whiteboard drawing. Let's go full screen with Visio and see if there's any other adjustments we want to make. So from here, we can control our formatting. We can further control our design or our themes. We could add, remove, or expand our diagram. That's the great thing about Visio is that we can save the project file and we can continue to adjust or change it in the future. If I go back to design, I've got, again, tons of different themes that I can pick and choose from. And let's just say I want to go with something like this. I think that looks really nice. I can just select the theme, so we can always change this after the fact. And we also have more down here. We've got some more trendy themes, hand-drawn if we wanted to replicate more of that whiteboard kind of look. I've got some modern themes. This one looks pretty nice. So that's a cool feature of Visio that we definitely recommend. Also in the design, we have a feature called auto size. This will automatically resize the page as we draw. Now I already have this selected. We can change our orientation. We also have a draw feature if we do want to draw or illustrate any points. But assuming that we're happy with our diagram, we have a few options from here. And those are going to be export options. So the first one, an easy way to get a high quality shareable document from this is to export a PDF. So if we go to File, we can click Export and create PDF. And I'll save this to my downloads here. We're going to call this network.pdf. That's fine. And then just to show you what that looks like here, this is the PDF opened in my browser. Again, looks super clean, very high quality. We can zoom in and maintain a lot of resolution. And we can also save this as an image. So if I go to export again, we have an option for change file type. We could save this as a Visio project file. We could save this as a template if we want to use this as a starting point for other similar diagrams. But if I click save as, it's going to let me change that. And for now, I'll go with PNG, which is portable network graphics. Click save, and then it's going to bring up some additional options. I'll go with the custom resolution and do 300 by 300 pixels per inch. And I'll go with the size set to my screen and I'll press OK. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. If you have any questions about anything we covered, feel free to drop those in the comments below and we'll get back with you as soon as we can. If you're interested in purchasing Microsoft Office, Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows Server, or a wide variety of other Microsoft software at a great price, be sure to check out Indigo software. We'll put all the links down below. As our channel continues to grow, we're constantly looking for new video topic ideas. If you have any ideas, we'd love to know what those are. Most viewer commented video requests get made into actual videos on our channel. Lastly, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated as it helps to support the channel. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next time.